What if you could add crisp text and graphics to a finished 3D print without modeling them into the part or relying on a complicated multicolored design? The idea is to print the surface in two contrasting colors, then use a laser to remove the thin top color and reveal the color underneath. That could open up all kinds of combinations for labels, control panels, and other printed parts. For this first test, I kept things simple with black over white. But getting through that top layer cleanly without melting the print turned out to be much harder than it looked. So, does this technique actually work? And how sharp can the final result be? I started by building the test plaque directly in Bambu Studio using two simple rectangles. The white base was 100 by 40 millimeters and 2 millimeters thick. Then I added a second rectangle that was 0.4 millimeters thick and assigned it to the black filament. At a 0.2 millimeter layer height, that gave me two black layers over the white base for a total thickness of 2.4 millimeters. I grouped them together using the merge tool, not the boolean, so that the slicer would preserve the white top surface beneath the black layer. The trick to putting the black on top of the white is to take the thickness or height of the top one and divide it by half and move the black rectangle to a Z height of 2.2 millimeters in this case. Once the layer preview looked right, I printed the first plaque. One thing I noticed on the print here is that there was a little bit of curling on one of the corners. I wasn't sure if it was a build plate problem with this pattern build plate or not, so I decided to keep my eye on that for the next print. With the plaque in hand, it was time to head into LightBurn. One quick thing though, if you saw my last video, I had a janky vent hose connection. I fixed that by 3D printing a 6-inch to 2 3/4-inch connector, and now things are more tidy. For my first laser test, I made a grid of stars. I changed each row of stars to have the same speed settings and changed the power and the item properties panel for each of the stars. I also added some labels to the left and bottom to show the speed and power settings. But I screwed up. I accidentally left the layers in line mode. That meant the laser only traced the outlines instead of clearing the inside of each shape, so the test didn't really tell me anything useful. I'm a LightBurn noob, and it shows. After that fiasco, I redid the grid with solid squares at different speeds and power levels, this time in the correct fill mode. I expected one of the higher power settings to cut cleanly through the black and expose the white underneath. Instead, most of the tests only marked or melted the black surface. Even settings like 3000 millimeters per minute at 50% power came close without actually producing a clean reveal. I ran test after test after test, gradually increasing the power or decreasing the speed. The strongest settings started exposing white in the center, but the shape distorted and melted around the edges. That was the first sign that my 2-layer black surface might simply be too thick. So I went back to Bambu Studio and scaled the black rectangle by half, so there would only be a single layer of black. I also swapped out my build plate for this BQ Arctic build plate to see if it would prevent the curling up. I'm not joking when I say that it could probably hang from anything printed off this plate. This is the first time I ever had to use a blade to pop a print off. If you ever find yourself having prints popping off mid-print due to not sticking well, like when you have a narrow print, get yourself one of these, they're fantastic. With some new blanks printed and ready for engraving, I modified the test grid based on the last print, and gave this new configuration a try. From the moment that the laser got to the higher power settings, I could tell that this was a success. Only when I opened up the enclosure and got to examine the plaque did I see how well the column and row text labels came out. You can see the difference here between the clarity of the row and column and the squares and thicker fonts. This shows that thicker areas are more prone to melting and mudding, whereas finer lines seem to look much better. Now that I had a rough idea of the settings and what would work and what may look a bit muddy, I wanted to try something out. Would an image work? Could we get some readable text that doesn't look like someone took a blowtorch to a filament factory? I decided to give it a shot and create a rough business card. I put the channel logo as a black and white image, the channel name, and the URL. I did a few iterations of these until I was modestly happy with what I got. The image is recognizable, the text is readable, and all in all, the experiment worked. It's not as sharp as I wanted it to be, but maybe with some tweaking it can get better. The row and text from the previous test proves it. I think in certain applications like creating name labels for a control panel, or cabinet labels, it could work. It's certainly something to experiment more with. So, what do you think? Will you use this technique or skip it? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps a small channel like this one grow. Thanks again, everyone, and see you next time on the Custom Corner.